Hey everybody, how's it going? Old railroad captain back here, and the vintage air install is finally complete. It's been a heck of a ordeal, to say the least. I've done pretty much every bit of it by myself, except for pulling the vacuum and gassing it up. Thanks, friend Jeff, for helping with that. It's took about 2 weekends worth of, what am I saying? It took 2 months of weekends to get all this done. But you know, when you do something yourself, you do it the way you want to do it. And I'm picky, and I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. And you know, I'm gonna make sure that nothing got scratched and try to put things where they go and everything else. So I've not got to drive it a whole lot yet to check it out. It didn't seem to me like it was as cold as maybe it should have been, but I've got to get a thermometer and check that. It says it needs to be coming out the vents no more than 42 degrees or something's not quite right. So it felt pretty cold, but I need to check that out and see how it does. So anyways, you can see here everything that's went down on the inside here. Airbox is the most noticeable thing. It is gone. I'm a purist. I like to keep things as stock as possible, especially on these old trucks and on Grandpa's truck here. But I'll just be honest with y'all, I ain't gonna miss that airbox. I hated that ugly thing. It was cracked. It was just a mess. And you know, at least now a guy can get in here and check his transmission fluid and see what needs to be done, and got room to fool with stuff. I had just enough paint left from where I put in the factory AC vents last year and mashed those up to paint the block-off panels that came with the kit. And I think that turned out pretty good. Got all my hoses ran. Everything here you can see has been put on. Compressor. Only thing I had to find, of course, was fan belt. Got all the hoses on here. The heater control valve's definitely doing its job. I mean, these lines are very cool. You know, you can touch them out here. It's just crazy what a difference that makes. I ran my wiring over here in behind the fender so that it would be out of the way, and come out with it here. Put the breaker on here. Got the ground ran to the fender, and it runs back to the battery. Hot wire ran over here to the factory post here for that. Of course, that goes back to your battery cable here. I ended up finally finding a place online that would do battery cables. They were in Louisville, Kentucky. I want to say it was batterycablesusa.com, something like that. Google them up there. It was in Louisville. And I'm extremely impressed for the price. They made them the same day that I ordered them and shipped them the same day. And got the length I needed so I could get it ran down and out of the way of everything and ran away from the headers. You know, came with the covers, the whole 9 yards, got it the way I needed them. $55 for both of them shipped. And you can see it's the heavy duty 2-gauge wire, so I'm satisfied. Definitely was a good deal on that. Of course, these lines, these steel metal lines, they gave me quite the headache. That took up a lot of time and everything. The grill had to come off to get all that in there. That was definitely a pain. Me and this Walsper's fixing to fight if he don't get the hell away from me. Anyways, finally got all this in here and done. I got the dryer and stuff hooked up. I ended up finding put these 90-degree wire attachers on here. That way they wouldn't stick out so far. I didn't really like the way I had to do that wire, but best you could do with it. Here's your condenser is in. Put everything put on here. I was needing a new alternator anyhow. It wasn't doing the best. It was already whistling Dixie. I ended up putting a 60 amp on it, and I can tell a difference on it. I can, you know, it starts better between those and the new cables. I can tell a difference on it everything just, you know, the gauge is reading it. I mean, you can tell it's doing its job. So I'm happy with that. And everything out here just seems, you know, finally turned out pretty good. I'm happy with all that. Like I said beforehand here, I had put I had last year when I redone my interior and had my seat recovered, and I went ahead and cut the dash, and there's a video on there. You can check that out where I done all that. Got this put in, put these in. I'm gonna wait a little while before I put this little thin little 2-inch glove box in here to make sure nothing's wrong and nothing needs to be, you know, tweaked or messed with. I did a few years back, I found an original factory AC controller, and I am tickled to death with that. I love the look. I've always loved that. I love how it lights up at night when you got a bulb on each side and it lights up green and matches everything up in here. It's just great. You had to put the controller cable converters on it. Oh man, that was sweet. Took a little getting used to getting that out, having to do that, but yeah, that's great. I had to calibrate all that, and after that, it's working. It works really good. And just, you know, you look in here now and you don't know that this truck didn't come out without factory air. It really made a huge difference on it. So anyways, I'm liking it. I like the look of it. I like the look of everything so far. Like I said, things are starting good. Things are running good. You can see that gauge is charging already. It's doing its job. And then I know you can hear that. The fan motor is a little noisy, but buddy, it's doing its job, man. You can feel it. I don't have anything, something to show you how the airflow is. Need some kind of a little a leaf or something, don't I? Let's see here. Give me a little, let's try this. Let's see anything with this, there you go. You can see it, yeah, that shows that really good. Of course, your center vent does better. It doesn't have as far to go. But, yeah, man, look at there. Isn't that crazy? It's definitely doing a job. I can feel it's already cooling off here, and I just hope I've got it set right. If not, then, you know, we'll go back, try it again. But hopefully it's going to be the way it is. I'm going to try to find me a thermometer and check all that out and everything. So, anyways, that's that. It's cool. It's running. I did idle it up just a hair. I'm not a fan of that. Now it sounds, of course, like it is idling 100 too high, but it's pulling it down enough, sitting at a stop sign and stuff, that I thought, well, it's not going to hurt. I'm going to go ahead and idle it up just a little bit. That way I can see how it performs. Getting ready to go for a little ride here and check everything out again. See how it's going. But so far, so good. I am pleased to this point, and hopefully everything will work. It's quite the investment. I'm not one to run around and drop $2,000 like that, but this is something that I have wanted to do for this truck for a long time. When we got it, and we had it since 1995. Grandpa was second owner, and I had actually found it. The little lady pulled in where I was bagging groceries, took her groceries out to her, and we've had it ever since. It's only got 150-some thousand miles on it, but the motor's going to have to be gone through. It loves oil a little too much. Luckily, it's not smoking it, but it's just blowing the oil out the tailpipes. The seals are just, you know, all your valve seals and guides are gone. Pulls, runs hard. It's not bad at all. So I'm tickled with it so far. She really is something else. That's my baby blue. I hear that compressor kicking in off and on there, so hopefully that's what it's supposed to be doing there. But anyways, we're going to take her for a little ride and just see how things are going. So thank y'all very much for checking things out. Check out some other videos. I got some other stuff on here about how I fix things and this, that, and other, and we'll go from there and see what else we can come up with. And y'all take care. Thanks a lot.